The battle for Bakhmut has been the longest and bloodiest fight of the war in Ukraine so far. Bakhmut is located in the north of the Donetsk Republic, 70 kilometers from Donetsk and 25 kilometers from the border with the Lugansk People's Republic. The city is an important transportation hub. From here, there are roads and railways leading to the major cities, Kramatorsk, Gorlovka, and Slavyansk, as well as to Lugansk, Lysychansk, and Severodonetsk, located in the Lugansk People's Republic. Bakhmut is also strategically important due to its location along the E40 highway, which connects Ukraine's second largest city, Kharkiv, with the Russian city Rostov-on-Don. Bakhmut was founded in 1571 as a border fortress. Tsar Ivan the Terrible ordered to create it to repulse the Crimean Tatars and protect the southern borders. The fortress got its name thanks to the Bakhmut River, a tributary of the Northern Donets River. It is believed that this name comes from the Turkic salt water, as there are many underground salt deposits in the region. There were no permanent residents here. The Cossacks guarded the fortifications on a rotational basis, and also mined salt. Intensive mining of salt deposits began later, under Peter the Great. In 1701, Peter the Great ordered to build a larger fortress there. A new success awaited the city after the abolition of serfdom. From the second half of the 19th century, the rapid development of industry began. In 1924 the city was renamed Artemovsk in honor of the founder of the Krivoy Rog-Donetsk Republic, the Bolshevik Artem, party name of Fyodor Alekseev. After the Second World War, the largest champagne factory in Eastern Europe was opened. This name remained until 2015, when, as part of the decommunization campaign, the Ukrainian authorities returned the name Bakhmut to the city. If Russia were to conquer Bakhmut, this would allow it to move on to key Ukrainian strongholds further west such as Slavyansk and Kramatorsk, an important industrial hub and administrative center in the Donbas region. This, in turn, would bring Russia closer to its goal of conquering the entire Donbas area. The side that controls Bakhmut gains a significant advantage in the region. The capture of the city will cut off the direct supply route between Bakhmut and Seversk. Kiev will lose a large logistics center, and the entire second line of defense of the armed forces of Ukraine will collapse. Taking Bakhmut will push back the armed forces of Ukraine from Donetsk, the capital of the Donetsk Republic. Here, the fate of the Ukrainian group in Avdiivka, which is a key point, can also be decided. It will become very difficult for Ukrainian units to defend it. Since 2014 Ukraine built 3 lines of defense in Donbas. The first line was on the line of contact. The second is 15 to 20 kilometers further. The third line is 25 to 50 kilometers from the second line. The length of each line of defense is approximately 410 kilometers. The first line of defense ran along the railways and highways that connect major cities. The cities that formed the first line of defense were, from north to south, Severodonetsk, Lysychansk, Popasna, Svetlodarsk. The second Ukrainian line of defense, from north to south, runs from Seversk to Soledar, Bakhmut and then along the old ceasefire line of the Donetsk Republic. The third Ukrainian line of defense runs from Slavyansk in the north through Kramatorsk, Druzhkovka, Konstantinovka. Russian troops first attempted to capture Bakhmut in early August but were pushed back. In January, the Russians captured the salt mining town of Soledar, just a few kilometers north of Bakhmut, and advanced to the city's suburbs. By the end of February, the Russians approached the only highway leading out of the city and targeted it with artillery, forcing Ukrainian defenders to rely increasingly on country roads, which are hard to use before the ground dries. Mostly Wagner Group, private military company, Fighting in Bakhmut. Prigozhin, the owner of the Wagner Group, has emerged as the face of this battle. The group came to prominence during the Donbas War in Ukraine, where it helped pro-Russian separatist forces of the self-declared Donetsk and Luhansk republics from 2014 to 2015. Before that it participated in the annexation of Crimea. Its contractors have reportedly taken part in various conflicts around the world, including the civil wars in Syria, Libya, the Central African Republic, and Mali. Bakhmut has become a fortress of symbolic value akin to Mariupol, with its survival a point of national pride. Ukraine's future hinges on the outcome of the battles raging in Bakhmut and nearby areas, Ukrainian president said. Ukrainian president and his top generals decided that the army will keep defending Bakhmut and reinforce the troops there. As a result, Kiev was forced to transfer to Donbas those reserve forces that were originally intended to attack Melitopol and Berdyansk. Instead of a victorious offensive, they had to wage exhausting defensive battles and lose the transferred reserves. For the Kremlin, capturing Bakhmut is essential for achieving its stated goal of taking full control of Donbas, one of the 4 regions that Moscow annexed in September. Military experts note that Bakhmut has turned into a meat grinder. Casualties are heavy on both sides. The battle could have negative consequences for Ukraine. Its military has put resources toward the fight there, that could have gone elsewhere, particularly to an offensive this spring. It is nearly impossible to independently verify claims made by Russia and Ukraine. It is, however, clear that large parts of Bakhmut have been destroyed in the months of fighting. Of the city's 70,000 residents before the war, only 3,000 are believed to still be in the city.